I'm Anil Kumar, and here is solution of question number 10, page 510, as per the request of my student Sujita. Now Sujita, I was not very sure which part you are interested in, so I'm solving all four parts of this question number 10. Well, let's do them one by one. The first one is 5 to the power of x equals to 3125. Second is 4 to the power of x equals to 16 square root 128. Then we have 4 to the power of 5x equals to 16 to the power of 2x minus 1. And lastly, 3 to the power of 5x, 9 times 9, x squared equals to 27. Now that one is really complicated. Might be, you might just ask that. But let us go through them all one by one. Now when I say 5 to the power of x equals to 3125, what does it mean? It means we want to write 3125 as exponent of 5. What exponent of 5 is 3125? This is what you need to answer, right? So take a calculator and say 5 to the power of, let us say 4 equals to. Don't think much, 625. This is not what you want. Say 5 to the power of 5. 3125, you got it. So you say 5 to the power of x is equals to 3125, which is 5 to the power of 5. Now just compare the exponents and write down the answer. X equals to 5, got it. The next one is slightly difficult. Here we have 16 times 128 on the right side and 4 to the power of x. We should write them in powers of 4. Now writing as power of 4 is kind of tricky. So what we can do is, we can write both left side and right side as powers of 2. Okay. So how to write 4 as? 4 could be written as 2 to the power of 2, correct? So the left side is 2 to the power of 2x equals to 16 can be written as 2 to the power of 4, right? So 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Now how to write 128 square root? So 128 is what? 2 to the power of what? Let us check. 2 to the power of 6 equals to how much? 64. 2 to the power of 7 equals to what? 128. So 128 is 2 to the power of 7. You got it. Don't hesitate in using calculator like this, right? 2 to the power of 7 is 128. But this is again to the power of half. Kind of like this. Do you get the point? Half. Do you see that? So you could write this as 2 to the power of, now when you multiply with same base, the exponents get added up. So you get 2 to the power of 4 plus 7 over 2, right? Which is what? Which is 2 to the power of 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 over 2. Well, you could write in decimals also 3.5 and then get your answer. Anyway, let me show you in fractions itself. So 8 plus 7, 15, I'm sorry. This is 15 over 2, right? Now that means 2 to the power of 2x is 2 to the power of 15 over 2. Compare the exponents. That means 2x is equals to 15 over 2, or that implies x is equals to 15 over 4, right? So that is the answer. You could actually convert 15 divided by 4 in decimals also, right? So it is 3.75. Okay. Here is another question of the same part, right? Question number 10, part B, I think it was. 4 to the power of 5x equals to 16 to the power of 2x, right? So I think the order was A here, B, right? This is simpler than that one. Okay. So in this case, 16 can be written as 4 squared. So we could write this as 4 to the power of 5x is equals to 4 to the power of 2, which is 16, and then 2x minus 1, correct? We have the same base 4. Let's compare the exponents. So we get 5x equals to 2 times 2x minus 1, correct? So you can open the bracket, bring them together, solve it. So 5x equals to 4x minus 2. Bringing x to the left side gives us 5x minus 4x equals to minus 2. And that implies x is equals to minus 2, right? So let me take all these numbers to the right side, okay, and write down the answer here. So from here we get x is equals to minus 2. So the solution is x equals to minus 2 for that question, right? Now let's get back to the last one. Strategy is same. Both left and right side should be written as exponent with the same base. You can have base of 3, right? So let's write them with base 3. 3 to the power of 5x, okay. 9 could be written as 3 square. 3 square. So it becomes 3 square, and then we already have x square here, right? So that is how it could be written. And 27 is 3 to the power of 3. Now comparing the bases are same, so the exponents should be equal, right? So when you multiply, they get added up. So what we have is 5x plus 2x squared equals to 3. That is the equation we get. Now this is a quadratic equation. It can be solved. So we'll solve this quadratic equation. We have 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. Now you can factor this equation, right? 5 is the sum which we need, and the product should be minus 6. That means plus 6 times 1, right? So we could write 5x as plus 6x minus x minus 3. And now we are going to actually solve this equation equals to 3. So we can factor from here 2x. So we'll write 2x. Then what do we get? We get x plus 3, right? So we get x plus 3. And from here we'll factor minus 1. We get x plus 3 equals to 0. Now x plus 3 is common, so we get 2x minus 1 equals to 0. That gives us two solutions. One is x equals to minus 3, and the other one is x equals to half, right? Therefore, part D, so this is C for us, and that one is D. So the answer here is for part D, that x is equals to minus 3 or half, right? So that is how you're going to solve this question. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.